Hey guys, Aaron Dorr here at the Missouri Firearms Coalition. A lot of you are asking us for an update, an overview on where we are on all the different gun bills we're working on right now here in Jeff City. And I get it. We have 4 different bills, 4 different issues, and they're in both chambers. So it's 8 different bills in total. There's a lot to keep track of. I'm going to break down where things are. But before I do that, I want to remind everyone watching this video of one main thing. The only reason why any gun bills ever move here in Jefferson City is you guys. What I hear day after day after day in the Capitol is that the politicians here in Jeff City are terrified of the members of the Missouri Firearms Coalition. They do not want a video like the videos we like to produce here at the Missouri Firearms Coalition to land on them and then have all the angry gun owners call their office and tell them to get in line. And so the reason why things move is because of your pressure. And so I'm asking you guys, as you finish this video, take a moment and reinsert yourself in this conversation. Hit the action links, keyword there, links, multiple links beneath this video, and tell your rep and your senator, I want to see action on these 4 issues this session. That is what moves gun bills here in Jeff City. Not me, not our board, you guys. So make your voice heard. They're terrified of you here in Jefferson City. Now, this video is being cut on Wednesday evening, March 12. Tomorrow, Thursday, when you're watching this video, is the last day of session before spring break kicks off in Jeff City. So they're out all next week. And that gives us time to load up their email boxes and their phone machines, their answering machines with pressure from gun owners. So take advantage of this, guys, and make your voice heard. Now, 4 issues. The biggest one, of course, as you all know, Second Amendment Preservation Act. We call it SAPA law for short. SAPA is very simple, but it has major impact. It says this is a sovereign state, and we want Missouri cops to enforce Missouri law when it comes to firearms, ammunition, and accessories. AKA, we don't want the next commie president in the White House, the next Democrat president in the White House, to use our own cops against us. That's what SAPA does. If we don't deal with this, at a certain point, it won't matter how pro-gun Missouri is, because if a Democrat president can simply use our own manpower against us, then our state laws won't matter. SAPA is a solution to that problem. It protects gun owners, but it also protects cops from being used by an out-of-control Democrat commie president. So we have 2 versions of SAPA right now. SB 23, that's Senate Bill 23, and House Bill 1175. Senate side first. This bill has passed out of committee. It's on the debate calendar right now. I think it's number 9 on the calendar, and it could come up relatively quickly. On the House side, HB 1175 has passed out of the General Laws Committee. And while I'm cutting this video on Wednesday, we have been told, I was there all day today, we have been told that tomorrow, the 13th, it's going to pass out of the Rules Committee, which means it also will be floor eligible. Now, if that changes, we'll leave a comment in the comment section so you guys are all aware of that. Here's the issue, though. So both chambers have SAPA out of committee. Both chambers have SAPA floor eligible. What's happening right now is elements of the law enforcement community are doing everything they can to tank SAPA legislation here in Missouri. I was in meetings much of the week as Missouri Sheriffs United, the Missouri State Patrol, the Prosecuting Attorneys Association, and law enforcement lobbyists with the city of St. Louis are going around the entire building with a nasty amendment that would gut SAPA in 7 different ways. If you haven't seen our previous video on this, check it out. We break it down for you guys in detail. Now, a lot of times, gun grabbers and Democrats will run amendments or offer amendments on gun bills as they're approaching floor action. Happens a lot. Pretty easy to kill all those amendments. This is different. This is coming from law enforcement. And of course, our Republicans here in Jeff City have a bit of a de facto deference to law enforcement because we are the party of law and order. The problem is these devious lobbyists are playing on that emotion. And they are trying to wreck SAPA with an amendment that is just absolutely nasty. And so it is critical that when you talk to your state rep and state senator, you tell them, We don't want you to listen to what a St. Louis lobbyist has to say. We don't want you to listen to what the Sheriff's Association says, because frontline cops want SEPA. Regular rural sheriffs want SEPA. The troopers that I have spoken to want SEPA. These guys and gals don't want to be in a position of having to enforce federal gun control laws here in Missouri. But their lobbyists here in Jeff City are doing a very good job at trying to pretend that they speak for the entire law enforcement community. So it's critical. It's critical that you make your voice heard and tell your rep and senator, I want you to vote yes on SEPA and not to approve any of the amendments that are being offered. Now, we don't know when this bill will come up on the floor for a vote. There is a scenario where it never comes up on the floor for a vote. We're not quite there yet. We're not quite there yet to sound that alarm. When that time comes, I promise you that we will. The battle right now is staving off deadly amendments to SEPA. That's where we are on SB 23 and HB 1175. Hit the link below and make your voice heard. Now, the next bill is Senate Bill 74. This is our bill to deal with preemption reform. This bill solves a problem happening right now in Kansas City, Jackson County, where the county has enacted a gun control ordinance that makes it a crime for a Missourian age 20 or 19 or 20, 19 or 18 to possess a handgun. That is completely unconstitutional, totally violates the Bruin decision from 2022. It's total BS. It's against the state constitution. It's against our preemption law. The problem is that our preemption law has no teeth. And so what we have done here with SB 74 is we're upgrading preemption law. And just to be clear, preemption law says that only the legislature has the power to regulate firearms. That's our current law. But again, having no teeth means there's no way to hold a jurisdiction accountable. What we've done with SB 74 is added a $50,000 civil penalty into the law. So the first time Jackson County tries to enforce this garbage in the county, they could be sued in civil court for damages that are $50,000 per occurrence. We have passed committee. That bill is currently not on the debate calendar. On the House side, that bill, the number, I don't have it right now, is being carried by Lisa Durnell in the House. It is a companion bill to the Senate bill. That bill has not been referred to committee by Speaker Patterson. That is not a good sign. Just be aware of that. Hit the link below as well to take action on preemption reform. Now, when it comes to enhanced stand your ground law, that is also in both chambers. We have Senate Bill 363. This is with Senator Ben Brown. And this bill, I'm proud to say, has a committee hearing coming up on March 24. So I believe, it's the first week after they all return from spring break. We'll have a hearing on March 24. This bill brings some major enhancements to our existing self-defense laws. Right now in Missouri, if you use your firearm, if you even draw your firearm here in Missouri, we're presumed guilty. And that means we have to prove our innocence. But that should be the other way around. It's America. We should be presumed innocent, and the government should prove our guilt. And that one little change leaves us very, very vulnerable to a radical prosecutor funded by George Soros who wants to ruin your life. We also, here in Missouri, have no way to ensure a pretrial immunity hearing before you go to court. Many, many states have an immunity hearing process where you can invoke your stand your ground law defense in a pre-trial hearing. If the judge agrees, that's it. You walk. No charges or charges that were filed or dropped, and you're a free man or a free woman. If we don't deal with that, if we don't have a way to assert that, then right now it usually only applies on appeal. And that means after you've been convicted, after you're broke from legal fees, after you've lost your job, after your neighbors think you're a murderer, it's impossible for most people to then find the financial and the personal energy to assert that on appeal. And so this bill makes those two big changes, and it would fix that problem once and for all, giving us pretrial immunity, the presumption of innocence. It's what we need here in Missouri. So again, that bill, SB 363, coming up for a committee hearing on March 24. That is the plan as of right now, anyway. The other version of that bill, HB 363, has not yet been referred to any committee by Speaker John Patterson. Again, make of that what you will. That brings up the next bill, the next big topic right now, which is banning red flag gun seizures. This is Senate Bill 142. In the House, it's HB, there's two House bills, HB 459 and HB 434. The Senate bill has not been heard yet in committee. That's not a good thing. The House bills 459 and 434 have been heard in committee. And I have been told by the chairman, these bills or a version of these bills will come out of committee very shortly upon their return from spring break. The two bills are very similar. They're not the same. And we're trying to figure out some last minute differences between the language and get the best version possible to move out of committee. So that bill is also moving, but it's moving rather slowly. And again, the Senate version is not moving as of right now. So that's where we are on four bills, four issues, 8 bills, 4 in the Senate, 4 in the House. And again, the common factor here in all of this is you. Your pressure is what's moving these bills. That's it. That's it. And I'm asking you guys again to make your voice heard and fire off your emails today. Call your state rep, call your state senator, and tell them, I want you to vote yes on these bills. And don't just let them tell you, oh, I'm a yes vote on the floor. We need help from your individual rep and senator to get these bills on the floor in the first place. Because if leadership is not hearing from their caucus, they're not going to prioritize these bills. So make sure that they know you want them to vote yes, but more importantly, to put pressure on their leadership teams to get all these bills on the floor for a vote. Guys, that is the recap. It's been a busy couple of months here in Jeff City. We have 2 months left approximately in this session. We got to get loud. We got to stay loud. Make your voice heard, guys. Much more to come. Take care. Hey, guys, MOFC is fighting hard to expand Second Amendment freedom to make sure our children's children have a right to keep and bear arms. Get involved in this fight today. Number 1, sign up for text alerts. Number 2, follow us on X. And number 3, like and subscribe for more content.